It's November 2021. And I got a PS5
At the big center that no stone stands, that no creature crawls, I command you to let loose the last of the Titans. Let loose the Kraken!
Disney Plus had a day, literally. I didn't even know that was a thing. They did some major announcements on some upcoming shows on their streaming service. When I first looked it up, I was kind of wondering why characters like Agatha Harkness and Echo are getting their own shows when Marvel has a deep library and stable of characters. But then I thought maybe it's not so bad. Maybe, they're giving us something a little bit different, not banging us over the head with the same old characters. And then I thought Echo is Kingpin's stepdaughter. Echo's gonna be in the Hawkeye show, which takes place in New York. Kingpin's in New York. Daredevil. Now that Netflix doesn't have the rights to the Daredevil show, Charlie Cox and the girl from True Blood with the shaky voice, what are the chances that we get that Daredevil show over to Disney Plus? Another announcement, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited about this. They're gonna, redo or revisit the 90s X-Men animated show. Unpopular opinion, when that show came out, I did not like it at all. I understand that show was a lot of people's after school cartoon. Growing up, everyone had that one cartoon that when you came home, you had to watch or else the universe would collapse on itself and cease to exist. When that show came out, Batman the Animated Series was out, and watching that show was like watching Picasso paint a masterpiece. Watching that X-Men show was like watching a little kid make a refrigerator drawing for his parents. Also, around that time in my life, I really wanted to see a girl naked, and I had this thought process, if that was gonna happen, I needed to stop watching cartoons and reading comic books. You wanna hate me just a little bit more? The X-Men 90s theme song? Didn't like it. Another announcement from Disney Plus Day, we're gonna get another animated Spider-Man show. It's called Spider-Man Freshman Year. And I was like, ooh, freshman year of college? And they were like, no, we're doing high school again. I understand Peter Parker is the most relatable superhero for kids, but he did stuff beyond high school. When I started reading Spider-Man comics, he was a single dude, he lived on his own. Peter Parker had a 1-bedroom apartment with a skylight in Manhattan on a freelance photographer's salary. That's because back then comic books were a little bit more based in reality than they are today. He loved the skylight because that's how he got in and out of his apartment as Spider-Man, but in his building there was these 3 drop-dead gorgeous girls. Do you remember their names? Randy, Candy, and Bambi. Yes, all spelled with an I, and of course they had to rhyme because no one else would have remembered Jennifer, Melissa, or Stephanie. The thing about it is they liked to suntan on the roof, and he used to complain because he couldn't get in and out as Spider-Man. He'd be like, oh man, those 3 hot girls are in bikinis on the roof. I'm gonna have to change into my costume in a dirty alley now. In other Marvel news, Winston Duke is rumored to be taking on the role of the next Black Panther. First of all, can we just lick shots for the homie Chadwick Boseman? That guy was so talented. He had so much more to give to this world. Rest in peace, my dude. When Chadwick Boseman passed away, I was like, they shouldn't even make a sequel. They should just leave it at this because you can't recast him, you can't CGI him. That would be in poor taste. But Marvel was like, Chadwick would want the show to go on, and we're still gonna make a lot of money just off the strength of the first movie, so we're just gonna go ahead and make a sequel. Marvel movies are all about female empowerment, which is all fine and dandy, so I thought that they were gonna go with the role with Shuri becoming Black Panther because we know that that happened in the comic books. But Winston Duke played M'Baku, who was the leader of the Jabari tribe, if you remember from the first movie, and I'm good money on this, man. I would like to see how that all plays out because they still have to address what happens or what does happen to T'Challa. Pera Talks With You has returned to television, and I can't really explain why I like this show so much. I don't know if it's just the simplicity of it, the Midwestern sensibilities, or Mr. Joe Pera's smooth and calming voice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Pera Talks With You is a show on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim. Check your local listings, and let me just warn you, this show is not for everybody. Each episode is about 10 minutes long, and when you watch it, you're going to be like, what is this? I had the same reaction, but when I watched it, I was like, I want more of this. There's like a Forrest Gump kind of vibe going on, and I don't know, like Pera, like whatever this guy does, I want him to succeed. Like I want him to be victorious in everything that he does. And most episodes are about arbitrary, ordinary nonsense, and like, I love it. Shout out to the homie Jake Randall, a YouTuber. He made a step-by-step guide video on how to get a next-gen console. I'll put a link to the video in the description down below if you want to check it out and maybe take a shot at getting a next-gen console before the holidays. Now, when I watched this video, I was a bit skeptical because there was all these hoops you had to jump through, like, you know, you got to use your cell phone, turn off your Wi-Fi, and then sacrifice a cat on the first moon. But I have to say, like, I did exactly everything that he said, and it was super easy to grab up my PS5. I ordered it on a Tuesday, and it arrived the very next day. I'm still kind of amazed that I got it. I wasn't really hunting for one, but like I had a conversation with someone at work and they were like, yeah, it's impossible to get one. You'll never get one until like the end of next year. And I was like, who are you talking to? Like, don't tell me what I can and cannot do. Solo Quest, challenge accepted. Boom, napkin. But I mean, I am super relieved that I got it because earlier this week, Sony was just like, well, we just can't make them. We can't find the parts. Like, I know people don't act like it, but we're still going through a pandemic and there's a chip shortage. But like, yeah, it's crazy to me because they said that well into 2022, maybe early 2023, you're not going to be able to get like a next gen console, and it's been a year, and that's just Gucci and Xbox collaborated, and they made a monogrammed Gucci Xbox Series X that comes with a carrying case that looks like Gucci luggage, and they only made 100 of them. They cost $10,000 each. They're sold out because some people have too much money and they're stupid. I'm not like a Sony fanboy. I'm not trolling the Xbox or anything like that. I'm gonna get a Series X or an S, whichever comes up on the table. But I'm all for novelty things too. But come on, bro, 10K? The new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer dropped, and when I saw it, I was like, oh look, they cut out Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Far From Home is trying to pull the Mandalorian, Luke Skywalker sneak in, and it's not gonna happen. I don't believe it. They are totally in the movie. You're not fooling me. So what's going on with you guys? Are you still hunting for a next-gen console, or have you given up? What did you think about the Disney Plus announcements? We are getting like a Marvel Zombie. We get another season of What If. Are you excited? Are you a little disappointed in what they announced? Moon Knight looks like kind of fresh. Winston Duke might play, or it hasn't been confirmed yet, but he might play Black Panther 2. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And would you, if you had 10K like burning in your pocket, would you get a Gucci Microsoft Xbox? What about the Far From Home trailer? Do you think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to make a cameo appearance, have a big role, not be in it at all? Again, let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys are reading. Comic books, graphic novels, books. As always, I hope everyone out there is safe, is healthy, and I'll catch you guys next week.